I haven't done a video in, I don't know, it might have been a couple of weeks maybe. Um, since I've finished my chemo, which actually was 2 weeks yesterday that I finished my chemotherapy. Um, I am feeling knackered still, and still got a lot of appointments. That's not everything over. I have my pre-assessment next Friday, the 14th of November, for my surgery, and I I'm waiting on a date for when my surgery is going to be. I I think it could possibly be at the end of November. That's what I've been told, but it's not a definite yet. But I've been told it could possibly be the end of November. And if it is, and it falls on the 28th, then I'm going to be having my surgery on the day that my mum passed away 1 year ago. So it's definitely, if it is then, like they said it might be, that will be a very hard day for sure. Um, Everything's just been a bit of a whirlwind, really. Like, now chemo's over, it's like I've got this period of where I'm now waiting until my surgery, comes around, and I kind of don't know what to do with myself. Like, I am really tired, and I have had many side effects since my last chemo. Um, but it's just strange because when you're going through chemotherapy, it's just your mindset is literally treatment, treatment, treatment. Like, there's nothing else that goes on really in your brain except for, I need to get through this next one. I need to get through this next one. And all the side effects of feeling ill for weeks, months on end. And then when it stops, it's just, you look back and think, oh, I can't believe I've just been through that. It is crazy. Um, yeah, so I need to prepare really for my surgery coming up, the stuff that I need to buy. I don't really know what to expect. I've done a lot of research, and the surgery, it is a big surgery. I am having both of my breasts removed, and they will be making new breasts out of my tummy. So I've put on weight, intentionally, but boy, have I put on weight. I feel so round. And yeah, I've definitely added some weight onto my tummy. So I'm hoping they're going to be able to, sorry. I'm hoping they're going to be able to get some, you know, nice shaped boobs out of it. I will be going a lot smaller, and that's absolutely fine for me, to be honest. I think, I'm ready to have a reduction. Um and once, my surgery is over and I've healed, um I am really going to look after myself, get fit, and just be healthy. um yeah, so the surgery is going to be a big one. Um, I'm going to have a massive wound across my tummy as well. So it's not just up here, it's going to be on my tummy as well. So it's going to be a double whammy of pain. And I don't really know how long I'm going to be um, out for, you know, like being able to do things. I have got a little one, but my partner is he's taking time off work, bless him, to basically look after her like full time, because I will not be able to lift her or really do much for a while, and it is going to be just before Christmas. So my Christmas this year, yet again, is it's not really going to be Christmas, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. It's, it's the, like, it's reality, I'm not how I want to feel, want to look. I mean, I've got used to this now. My hair, my hair is actually growing back. It's crazy, really, because I thought that I was going to be, because I got to the point of where I was near enough, very nearly bald. And I thought that it would be that way for quite a while once you finish chemo. But I'm quite surprised how quickly your hair starts to grow back. So I don't mind it like this. I really don't. My eyebrow hairs are growing back. Unfortunately, all my hairs are now starting to grow back, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, but it's just, I can't really quite explain it. It's like cancer comes into your life, you go through these mixed emotions, it's draining, you're physically and mentally exhausted, you just want to cry, you feel depressed, and I'm going through other things as well, and, still trying to grieve for my mum, which I haven't really been able to do properly because of this. I've had to keep my strength up for my cancer treatment and for my daughter. It's just been one thing after the other, and I'm really thankful that the chemotherapy worked really well for me, because my breast cancer, it spread to my lymph nodes. I had an ultrasound last week, and the cancer in the lymph nodes has shrunk, which is really good. But so when it comes to my surgery, they're going to remove all of my lymph nodes in my left armpit, and yeah, it's just so draining. It really is. They also found liver lesions on my liver. They found as well when I had my CT scan. I was absolutely crapping myself thinking that it had spread to my liver, but it's just cysts. They're benign. Like, it could be down to a number of things. It could even be down to my chemotherapy. But it's very scary, because you think to yourself, could there be cancer somewhere else in my body right now? When you have cancer, you think, is it somewhere else? Is it going to come back straight away? Is it going to develop somewhere else, in a year's time, and I have to go through this whole journey again. Because I tell you now, when it came to my last chemo, I in my mind I was like, I do not want this. I don't want it. Um, I just felt so sick, and the amount of drugs that had been pumped through my body and how it made me feel, I just did not want that last chemo. Oh, it was awful when I was sitting in that chair and I had it. I felt so sick after for a while as well. Um, it is not, it's just not pleasant. Obviously I've had chemo, so, and my cancer has shrunk, so a lot of people are like, well, why do you need to have your breast removed then? The reason being is because I carry the BRCA1 gene. Um, you might not know much about it. To be honest with you, I knew nothing about it before I was tested for it, and I still don't have tons of knowledge on it. Um, but it's in your genes. It comes from your mum or your dad's side, and it's cancers that are carried down. So in mine, it is breast and ovarian cancer that is in my bloodline. And obviously, I didn't know anything about it until I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and then they done the blood test, the genetic testing, and it came back positive. So it's a very harmful mutation. So basically, if I didn't have the double mastectomy, my risk of developing breast cancer again is around 90%. So if I didn't have my breast removed, I am at such high risk of it coming back like straight away. And because I also carry ovarian, I'm having everything removed down there next year. So yeah, that is going to reduce my risk significantly as well from getting ovarian cancer. So they're going to be removing everything down there, so no more children. You know, which obviously is a big thing for a woman, because I you know, I've got my little one. She's 20 months. She's everything I could have ever hoped for and wanted, and she is our blessing. So in our minds, we don't want any more children anyway, because me going through this, and now for my future, I just want to be here for my little girl. I want to fight. I want to be here for her. I want to make memories with her. Everything I want is for our little girl. You know, so I've already said I'm fine to have it. Let's get it done. So they're planning to do it mid-year next year, once I'm recovered from my double mastectomy. So that will reduce my risk, obviously, of ovarian cancer. But because I carry the BRCA1, my risk of developing other cancers is very high. You know, the thing is that when you know you have it, when you have cancer, when you know you have this gene, you can't help but think, oh my God, what other cancers could I get? Am I going to get it? You know, people say, oh, don't think about the future. Don't worry about it. You know, just concentrate on now. And yes, I am. Like, look, I'm fighting this cancer. I'm doing everything I can to get through this. But you can't help but think that, because you've been told that you are at high risk, and because of that, I'm going to be on lifetime surveillance. So they're going to be keeping such a close eye on me for the rest of my life. Yeah. So, honestly, I see others, you know, I follow quite a few accounts on YouTube of others who have cancer currently, and it breaks my heart. You know, I know how they're feeling, and you know, seeing them as well going through the same treatment, like chemotherapy, and losing their hair and the side effects, it's so heartbreaking. But the thing is that, you know, this is reality. This is the importance of, you know, sharing our stories and showing others how real this is, and you know, not just the cancer itself, but also, you know, just how much we're trying to live our lives normally as well, trying. You know, we have to keep as positive as we can and strong as we can. You know, we need to have hope. So it's important to share and to show you all. You know, it's obviously not the content that most people want to see or watch, but this is real life, and you know, it's good to share, and at least, you know, we could show others as well the importance of making sure that, you know, if you're worried about anything, that you go and get it checked out. You know, there is always hope as well, and you just got to keep on fighting. No matter what you go through in your life, you have to keep on fighting. If you're stressed about anything, you'll be fine. Like, you will be okay, you know. I think that cancer has taught me that I don't really need to stress about anything in life. I don't. This is the most stress that I have ever gone through, and I think it would be the most stress that I ever go through. But everything else doesn't really matter. Just need to live for now, you know, enjoy the present moment, and just keep on smiling, really. Yeah. Until next time.